am. I wanted to know if you had any background on this video that went viral with Gwyneth Paltrow this week,
I'm completely unaware.
which is not surprising because, like, you're a man in his 30s, so why would
Okay.
you?
What is she doing? Because the only thing,
So,
like, I know that you text me about like a fitness thing, but that's all I know. I didn't want to go look it
yes.
up. I want to see what's going on.
I mean, and this has like gotten reactions all over the place. But like, so she was describing her detox and about how she does like 18-hour like fasting, like intermittent fasting. And she
I'm like, rip. This doesn't even sound healthy.
no, and it shouldn't to a sane person. So like I said, this is a detox. So she starts her day, the first food that she has is coffee. So after her 18-minute fast, this is
So
what she breaks.
this is on an empty stomach.
Yeah. She starts
Ooh.
with coffee,
Okay.
and then she says somewhere around noon that she will have some bone broth.
So like, for, I'm not familiar with bone broth, but I think is this. It comes like in a liquid form, though, right? Like, don't you like?
You can make soups with bone broth. You can do a whole lot of stuff with bone broth.
Okay.
I made
All right. All
chicken
right.
this week that had like a cup of bone broth in with the recipe. But like you're saying, like it's like any type of like stock or like broth you get at the store. It's just clear. It's
So
just bone
this
broth.
is a
Yes,
meal for her. This is what she
yes.
calls a meal. Okay.
A bowl of bone broth. And
Yeah.
then on the coffee and the bone broth, she works out for about an hour. Whether she takes a walk or she does like a fitness class or Pilates or something, then she works out on coffee
So
and bone broth.
and this is it because this is disturbing. Like there's levels. I'm not an expert at fitness, but I try to stay like in shape. But and I don't know if this is
What
all.
what could you do at the gym with coffee and bone broth in your
There's really
system?
nothing. Like this is where I'm trying to get to because this is crazy. But I hope that this is not like a Hollywood thing because like when I think of Gwyneth Paltrow, I think of somebody that's really really thin. Um, Protein is really important. Like protein is something whether you're getting it like I first off, when it comes to protein, understand that like those powder forms that you get are a supplement. So those are taken if you can't have
Exactly.
protein. But protein is like a really important source on anybody's fitness.
Yeah.
Working out, like, and I think that's another misconception when it comes to fitness is that you think that you shouldn't eat, but that's really not like
Yeah.
you want to put things in your body so you can burn that off. It's what you put in is that's really important though. So like proteins, vegetables, fruits. Put something in because that's what you want to burn off. That
That
bone
this
broth,
yes.
nah, yo.
That's literally the perception of health I had at like 20. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm going to work out and I'm going to cut back on eating. Like that, like insane thing. But it gets better. And then she sits in her sauna for about half hour
So
where
now
she,
wait. So this is the order too. So on top of everything she did, now she's
yeah,
okay.
so she goes into the sauna. I think she said a half hour in the sauna. And so I guess that takes us up to around like dinner time where she follows a paleo diet and then she has vegetables.
So that's not even really paleo because I thought paleo was more like fish, right? Isn't that supposed to be like
Well, it's like the caveman, like Neanderthal diet. So
okay?
it's
Well,
this
at least she better.
whole idea that we should be eating like our ancestors, the Neanderthals, but they're dead and they didn't live long at
Her
all.
safest route with that route would at least be the fish consumption because at least with fish you're still getting a protein source. But like, all right, like first off, well, I
She
mean,
only
we're beyond
mentions
first off.
vegetables. Yeah, she only says she eats like vegetables. And this is, like I said, to emphasize, like, not that it's not scary in of itself. It is a detox. What she's detoxing from, I couldn't tell you, because she has that whole wellness brand. Like,
Yeah,
who?
this is not like the way that people need to go. If anybody's looking for fitness tips, don't go. This is like extreme on top of extreme. Like whenever you just told me about that sauna thing, like without anything in her body and she's already like has bare minimum and she's working out, that is like hype like that. It's be on the realm of being healthy. Like this is now like extremely
And I'm
unhealthy.
full and mind you, so she's doing this interview where she's detailing her diet, her detox diet.
Okay.
And she's hooked up to an IV, like where she gets like vitamins and
Or
stuff because you don't eat. So
because she don't have no damn strength, so it's almost like
yeah. So she just has like IVs that she gets, she has the hookup and so she's sitting there like, oh, I love IVs. It's like, I guess you would feel like you would need an IV for
yeah.
vitamins and supplements because you don't get them from your food.
I had
And
questioned her. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
go, no, please go.
No, I was just saying I had already questioned her decision on like her baby name. That was already like something that was in and of itself. But like all of this, like with the intermittent fasting, like there's already like some people there's pros and cons with it. Like it depends on who you talk to on who says it's actually effective and who says it's not. But whenever you're intermittent fasting on pretty much nothing, like that's how you're waking up and starting your day. The bone broth, like that liquid form where there's nothing really solid that you're actually putting in to
Like
burn.
it's not even like considered a soup. Like it's just
Yeah,
there's nothing in it. Like I said, like I used it as part of a meal this week, but
she
there's
doesn't.
no way
She
I
doesn't even
could
really
use
even
it
need
on
that
bone broth.
coffee to activate her to start her off. She can actually wake up and just go take a walk. That would eliminate a lot of things from the gate. If she woke up and just got right into like some type of cardio, that could actually
Yeah, some
activate a
people
lot
work
of
like
things.
that. Yeah, some people work like that.
Because it just seems like I don't know what she's getting up for in a way. Like there's like it's she's done a lot of stuff to her body, but it seems like she's not putting a lot of like the essential nutrients and or besides that IV. It seems like, and that's not what you really want to do either. Like, because now you're being like
No,
a pincushion every day, like, and that's how you're getting your food.
it's
Yeah,
just like
mm-mm.
obviously like
Some Hollywood shit.
disordered eating. Yeah, like and like I know that she goes and does these interviews, like and they go viral, and then she gets like the little bit of publicity that not the little bit. It
Yeah,
was like I said, it was everywhere. So like she gets the publicity that she wanted, but it just still blows my mind. Like in this
no, that's
current
not it.
climate, like with everything that we've known, and like this whole idea, like wellness disguised as like diet culture, like that's what it is. Like this
Yeah,
whole idea that you're being healthy when like all you're doing is just depriving yourself of so many things. Because like I said, she's already on the paleo
yeah,
diet, so that's like no sugar, no alcohol. Like there's just a whole bunch of stuff, and like this whole idea that like, oh, you shouldn't have sugar and this and that. Like there's like we're saying, like there's pros and cons to everything.
exactly,
Like to
exactly.
deprive your body, unless you like you're diabetic and you need these restrictions, it just blows my mind. And I just
She's a toothpick.
wonder, yeah, she's very small, she's very tiny, and
She can
I
benefit from sugar.
and it's like her demographic like are like well off women like who
Yeah,
have the time and the resources to follow her diets, because I wouldn't recommend it. But if you ever go on Goop, like it's just stuff that's like so overpriced and just like crazy things. I don't
I
know if you
didn't.
remember.
I didn't
Yeah,
realize she had any of this stuff going on. That's
yeah,
actually
like
that's
it's
crazy.
so funny to me. Like she has like this major this wellness brand.
See,
And I mean she's getting flack for it over the years. Like there was this one thing like where they were putting jade stones like in their vaginas. And
to get
like
what? What was the benefit of that? What
I
I didn't
don't
know.
even remember, but like
For,
doctors left and right were like, there's no health benefits to this. But you slap on like a price tag and it makes it like exclusive and like, like, so
I'm just saying I don't even know what a jade stone is, but the fact that you just said
exactly.
any type of stone up in there, like for any other reason, I'm not even asking questions on
You
that.
can't,
Like,
and I wouldn't even know how to answer them. Like, so that was like the
uh-uh.
thing. She went viral for making a candle that smelled like her vagina. Like, so
Oh,
these
so she got the Erica Badu. Erica Badu got like an incense like that or something like that. But I heard, hey,
of course, Erica Badu. Like, of
people be
course.
buying that shit though. I want
Yes. And did. And did. Like, and so like this is her gimmick. Like she's And
Oh, I
like
did not know
it's
any
just
of this.
yeah, but it's so frustrating to me, like, because like I'm a 30-year-old woman now. I look at this and it's just like, yeah, that's bullshit. And you like go on with your day. But like in this current climate, like I do not envy like your daughters growing up. And like not that they even know who the fuck Gwyneth Paltrow is because why would they?
The principal
But just
though.
to have this information out there. Like, oh, there's this thin woman. And of course she's getting like comments on her appearance. I won't like go into that, like,
Yeah,
because that's just like besides the point. Like, well, that's why she looks like that. She don't eat. And it's just like, okay, I
yeah.
like
It's a simple, and that's another thing too. It seems like that celebrity route, whenever they endorse fitness things, people got to really watch.
yes.
Like with her, and she to me just looks very thin. So like any type of fitness thing that, or any type of fitness advice that is coming from her, I'm not listening to at all. Especially once you start talking about this, her eating habits. Like that doesn't
Yes.
sound safe. But anyway, with celebrities endorsing these things, a lot of times they're not fit either. A lot of times they're going to some place and getting other things repositioned and replaced and things, and that's what they're not telling you.
Yeah.
But then they're endorsing other products and trying to sell them, just like how she's trying to sell shit.
Exactly.
And
It,
just
it's
like you said,
similar to like people on like Instagram, like do these exercises to get
yeah,
my butt, and it's
nope,
just like, like that's not going to happen. Like,
exactly. Like I've seen people endorse those like waist trainers and things like that, and
yes,
like luckily like my kids aren't at that age where they're getting into that, but whenever they do, like I'm definitely going to be in their ear about like at least that celebrity influence and how a lot of that shit is not real. It's or it's not like, or at least the information that they're giving you, you probably shouldn't really go by. So
and just like,
mm-mm.
and the main thing that like we're talking about, like that she gets out of this is being thin. Like that's
And
it. That's not healthy. It's not. It's
nah,
just thin, like for
and
the sake of being thin.
I thought we were actually beyond that. That seemed like that was something that was really popular 80s, even in like the 90s. But like I thought like once
Yeah,
the 2000s hit, I thought it was popular to be actually like to have some
it was.
curves. So
I think towards like in the 2000s, definitely it was still there, like the stick fitness. I do remember that, like
yeah,
growing up. And I don't like even just looking at stuff from that time and the things that like the girls that we would call fat then it's just like that's a regular sized woman. Like
no,
you
yeah,
know,
no,
just
yep,
like in movies and stuff, you're
yep,
just like,
yep,
I'm missing something fundamental. Like
exactly.
so, like you said, like we've gotten to this point where we allegedly embrace bigger bodies, but then we get stuff like this, and it's just like, and like what this is, and again, I'll say it, like it's a detox. You're saying it's a detox, but
A
it's how is this
detox
not
from
this
what?
exactly? Like this is disordered eating. Like this is something that anybody else, if you were to tell me that you ate this in a day, like I would be concerned for you, and I'm concerned for her too. But like.
I think that's the important thing is right there is the detox. Whenever you're like, that's the word. If you're detoxing, like you're doing that for a reason. Like you have too much of something that you need to get up out. Like, so whether it's like of drugs or something, like you want to get all of that stuff out of your system.
Yeah,
But
that's
if
what
you're,
I associate it with it too.
but
Yeah.
also if you're overweight, like you're trying to detox different types of like bad things out of your body. But that's not whenever you're like underweight. Like you can't detox anything if you're underweight, in my opinion. I don't know
And
what you're,
again, like she has a whole wellness brand where she's always selling shit to people. So like what are you putting in your body as this wellness guru that you do these detoxes? Like
dude,
allegedly. Like
this is
what are you
crazy.
constantly fleshing out?
This is
I
crazy.
just as
Uh-uh.
like I said, like as a woman, I was just like, huh. Like
Nope.
what are we
That
doing?
ain't the route that you need to go. Hell no.
No,
Nah.
absolutely not. And I just think of like people who are impressionable, like younger people who may come across
Yep.
this and
Yep.
not know any better. Like especially like young girls where your body is going to change so many times.
Thanks for watching the YouTube page. For more exclusive content, like and subscribe. And if we said something wrong or if there's anything you want us to bring up, leave a comment right down there.